What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin coming back to you with another video, and welcome to my NFL 2019 Week 2 recap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers at home. This is a Thursday night game. Good thing I didn't do this video. Obviously, I wanted to rewatch the game, but good thing I didn't do this video right after the game came on, because it would have been a complete rant. Now, I still got another video about a specific topic dealing with the Panthers, but in this, I'm just going to talk about, obviously, everything that went wrong with, why the Panthers lost. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers picked up the 20-14 win in Charlotte. Starting with the Tampa Bay, going down the numbers. Jameis Winston, 16-25, 208 yards, and 1 touchdown. I didn't think he was that great. I think he made enough plays. I think Mike Evans, made enough plays. Godwin had a pretty good game. So it was better than week 1 against the Niners for Jameis Winston when he had 3 interceptions. He probably should have had a pick. Luke Kuechly had his hands on it. But overall, just average game for Jameis Winston. He didn't really make any big mistakes. But going down to rushing, Peyton Barber, 23 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. They kind of stuck with the run. You got to give them credit for that. They stuck with the run. And it really started to do well enough for them to be able to burn some time to get some points. Because they really started to tire the Panthers defense out. And it wasn't just the Buccaneers offense that tired the Panthers defense out. It was the abysmal Carolina Panthers offense that couldn't get any points and couldn't really stay on the field. Jameis Winston, 4 carries, 9 yards. Jones, 4 carries, 9 yards. Total 31 carries, 100 yards, and a touchdown. That's not too bad. Receiving, Godwin, 8 receptions, 121 yards, and a touchdown. He had a pretty good game. Mike Evans, 4 receptions, 61. Break, 2 receptions for 10, and nobody had over 10 yards or more than one reception. Tampa Bay Buccaneers defenders. Now, Barrett was a nightmare in this game. He got so much pressure. He had 3 sacks. Darrell Williams, and the whole game, I'm just wondering why they didn't get Darrell Williams help, because he's going to suck this year. If a guy like this is able to get pressure, just imagine when the Panthers have to face, top tier defensive ends. Teams are gonna put their best pass rusher on his side. He was so bad in this game. I felt as though they did a good job against the run. I don't think Carolina stayed committed to it, and some of the play calling in terms of just where they ran the ball, they didn't get to the outside. It really didn't. It really helped out that Tampa Bay defense. But it was they were able to get a lot of pressure. Like I said, from Darrell Williams, he was awful. Darrell Williams was so bad in this game. Just on top of a lot of offensive guys being pretty bad. But Vernon Hargreaves, he had 12 tackles. He was all over the field. But I would say their best defender was Barrett, because he was in the offensive backfield the whole game. That's what it seemed like. But like I said, they did a great job against the run. Panthers really had to go away from it, which I'll get into the Panthers. But Tampa Bay played a good game. Carolina helped them out a lot by just being completely inept on offense, and it made that defense look even better. Going over to the Carolina side, Cam Newton, 25 of 51. Why did he throw the ball 51 times? He's not that quarterback. He's not that quarterback that can throw the ball 51 times. Normally when a quarterback throws that many times, you're probably going to lose. I mean, most of the time I see when a quarterback throws that much, a lot of times they're usually in a hole. They're trying to get out of the hole. Best way to move the ball is through the air. Which I don't understand why they didn't run Cam, especially I mean, we could talk about the play at the end of the game, which was one of the worst play calls I've ever seen. All you need is a yard to get a first down. You need 2 to get a touchdown. You run a trick play. You trying to tell me all those times in the past where you had Cam, he catches the ball, he gets the ball, he's pretty much a running back. You couldn't get 1 yard. 1 yard. Like I said, Cam Newton 25 of 51, 333 yards, no touchdowns, no picks yet again. I mean, he had a pick last week, 0 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks. He was so trash in this game. And the people who defended him, why he was so bad. The dude can't complete a 5-yard drag route. He throws it behind receivers. Play where Curtis Samuel comes wide open. He misses the throw. He throws the ball behind him instead of leading him. And there's not a defender within 10 yards of the guy. Christian McCaffrey comes up on a wheel route. He doesn't even see him. I don't think he would have completed the pass anyway. He can't complete a pass over 15 yards. He can't complete a 5-yard pass. What can he do in terms of a passer? He's not running the ball, so that takes away that element. That takes away one thing that defenders really have to game plan for. Now I know these defenders are like, yes, Cam's not running. We don't have to put a defender. I mean, they're probably still a defender there just in case he does. But him just sitting back throwing the ball, that's not his game, man. It's not his game. If I didn't already say, well, I think both teams, before I get into the rest of them, I think both teams in terms of pass rush did a pretty good job in this game, if I didn't already say it for Tampa Bay. But yeah, Cam Newton was awful in this game. And my patience is wearing thin. Is he healthy? Is he injured? Is he still injured? Is the shoulder bottom? Is the lower leg injury? This new throwing motion clearly has not helped out his game. North Turner's play calling is awful. Ron Rivera, you do have other players on the roster, referring to running backs, which I'm going to get into the rushing. Carolina rushing, Christian McCaffrey, 16 carries, 37 yards. Absolutely pathetic. Curtis Samuel, 1 carry, 2 yards, and Cam Newton ran the ball 2 times, which he should have ran the ball so many more times than that. You saw how many times, no one's open down the field. Well, you can take off, bro. You did it. You always did it in the past. Make them have to put a spy on you, because that's one extra defender that's not covering a receiver. Well, he doesn't run it. I don't know what these coaches are telling him. Oh, don't run it or whatever. Cool, don't run it. Go ahead and lose so Ron Rivera can get fired. It is what it is. But yeah, the rushing attack was pathetic. Ron Rivera, you have other running backs. What's the point of signing these other running backs? You drafted a running back. You got an undrafted running back. What's the point of those guys being on the roster if you're not going to play them? Yeah, they want to limit Christian McCaffrey's touches. He only has 16 carries or whatever. Cool. Who else? The game was never really out of reach. It was always within one score. So the running game wasn't completely eliminated. The play calling in terms of where you're running the football right into probably like Dominican Sue, interior of that defensive line, which is pretty solid. Running it to the outside. Cam Newton's getting pressured a lot, so the running game will be able to take some pressure off of him. Nope. Running game was pathetic. He had a total of 19 carries, 39 yards. It was absolutely pathetic. One thing you say about Tampa Bay, at least they stayed committed to the run. They kept running and eventually started to wear the Carolina Panthers defense down. Carolina receiving, Greg Olsen, 6 receptions, 110 yards. Curtis Samuel, 5 receptions, 91. DJ Moore, 9 receptions, 89. Christian McCaffrey, 2 receptions for 16. Pathetic. We're talking about the best offensive player on the team. He had a total of 18 touches in this game. When the first game he was a beast. He had 29 touches if you include carries and receptions. Pathetic. Like I said, he missed them on the wheel route. That was probably, it would have been a big game. J.S. Wright, 2 receptions, 15. Chris Hogan, 1 reception for 12. I don't understand why he doesn't play a little bit more. I mean, he's okay, I guess. I mean, it has nothing to do with the receivers. I know a lot of people want to blame the receivers. It has a lot to do with Cam's inability to complete passes over 15 yards, his inability to make the short throws too. He missed so many throws, and if you go off week 1, that was just rust. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. This week I'm not. He was even worse. And this is a winnable game, just like the first game. As poorly as he played, they were still within 1 score. They were on the 2-yard line. Despite how poorly he played, they were on the 2-yard line with a chance to go up. Defensively, thought Brian Burns made some plays. To talk about some of the bad defenders, Eric Reed and Trey Boston were complete garbage. Eric Reed tried to make a tackle. Now, I don't know what NFL player is he going to tackle like this, especially if we're talking about a solo tackle with no help. He just throws his shoulder out. What kind of tackling is that? But I did think the defense made some plays. They was just tired, man. The offense did nothing, and I could only imagine being a defender and your offense is playing like that. Just like, man, we got to go back on the field, and the defense got some points. They got some points. They got the safety, which is great. It was a great play by Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly had a good game. Shaq Thompson had a good game. I think overall they were, they gave, like I said, they gave up some big plays. Like I said, the safeties weren't great, but what can they do when the offense is doing absolutely nothing? Wasn't like they weren't getting off the field. It's just the same old things with this team. Let's go over the team stats really fast. Tampa Bay was 2 of 12 on third down, which is horrible. Carolina Panthers 3 of 14, which is also equally as horrible. Carolina was also 0 of 3 on fourth down, including the very last play of the essentially, well, not the last play, but the last Panther offensive play of the game. Penalties. Tampa Bay had 12 penalties for 66 yards. Carolina had 5 penalties for 50. Time of possession. Tampa Bay 33 minutes 53 seconds. Now you understand why the Carolina defense was so tired. Carolina 26 minutes 7 seconds. Like I said, Darrell Williams was awful in this game. Bear absolutely destroyed him in this game. The offensive play calling for North Turner's bad. Ron Rivera, I understand that, he's good in the community and all that. Cool. I'm not attacking him personally. He's probably a cool dude, but he's not a good coach. And that's why I keep telling people. People think I'm just, you're attacking Ron Rivera. No, he's not a good coach. He sucks as a coach. Cam Newton. You really have to question, is he still the guy? He's clearly not that quarterback from 2015. So people, that's kind of, hopefully he gets to relive being that quarterback from 2015. He's just not that quarterback from 2015. And I got a separate video coming out right after this one talking specifically about Cam Newton. But overall, the team just defensively, I like some things that I saw defensively. I think the pass rush will get better as the season goes on. Secondary still at safety. I thought safety position was gonna be better, but they were not good in this game, especially in terms of run defense. And then there were some plays where guys got open in secondary. Jameis Winston just missed them. I don't think it's a problem with the offensive weapons Cam has. Christian McCaffrey's a beast. DJ Moore, if he can fix the fumbling problems. Curtis Samuel gets open a lot. He got open in the first game. He was getting open in this one. Cam's just missing him. Greg Olsen, he was playing hurt, but he still had a good game. It has nothing to do with the weapons. It's more Cam and crap play calling. And I put more of it on Cam. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Peace. I'm out.